How about now? Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Let's see some thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Yeah? Ben says it's good. Nova Scotia, bro. Now I can. Okay. So what happened there was when I had started my van to charge my batteries, my phone actually tethered to my stereo, and it was trying to do the Bluetooth thing. So, I got it all going again. Yes, over. Working now. Nice. Nova Scotia, bro. How you doing, brother? Lauren P. How you doing, Lauren? Stan is here. How you doing? R&B Roaming is in the house. Got my East Coast hoodie on as well. Nice, nice. Rachel is here. How you doing, Rachel? Happy Easter to you as well. Yeah, I hope you guys can all hear me a lot better now. I still have my phone on charge, and I'm not running my microphone. I'm trying to be as close as I can to the phone kind of thing. McLovin, nice name. It's not right. What's not right? Easter? Mark the Paint Guy is in the house. How you doing, Mark the Paint Guy? I hope you're having a great Easter, you and Topaz. I hope to see you again soon, man. Mark the Paint Guy's in the house. You guys show him some love. Oh, yeah. So you guys just watched the last video there where we were... Oh, the audio was not right. I wonder how I can help that. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Really bad hum in the background drowning you out. Yeah, that's my inverter being on. I can actually turn that off. Let's see if that helps a little bit. There's a lot of noises going on in my van here lately with all the battery charging and stuff like that. Hopefully that helps a little bit. My van is still idling, but that's all we can do. We need to charge the batteries. Amanda's here. How you doing, Amanda? What the fuck is that noise? Inverter noises, Amanda. The sound of van life. As much as we would love it to be super quiet in our vehicles, it's usually a heater going or something. And my heater just, I don't know, it's doing things. Hey Bruce, happy Easter from Australia. Missing you and your dad. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're definitely going to have a lot more content to come. I've been filming here since I've been in Calgary. We've been back here like, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. We've been filming what we've been doing up to this point, like completely gutting out my dad's van. You guys seen a picture of that in the recent posts. And Ben's working on his van, Mr. Blur's working on his van, and I'm getting ready to start working on mine and start digging in to figure out what all parts I will need. I haven't dug into mine too much yet because I've been waiting to take you guys all along with me for that, and yeah, that'll be coming up very soon. Yes, way better. Nice. Okay, glad to hear. Is that sound from the Binford 2500 inverter? I think, I don't know what brand inverter that is, to be honest with you. Oh, Upper X or something like that. That's the name of that inverter. And it's only a 300 watt inverter. I have it tethered to my front van batteries. I have a 700 watt energy inverter around the corner, but for right now, that just runs my laptop when I'm idling. And also takes a lot of strain off the back batteries as well. Mark the Paint Guy. I have to like check. Yeah. Heck yeah, we're super close to 10,000 subscribers, Rachel. Super close. Exciting to see your dad's reno. I know it's gonna be a huge undertaking. Like right now, we have the entire van emptied out. So what we came back to do was kind of relax after being on the road for so long, and kind of instead jumped right into van renovations. So yeah. Hey Jill, how you doing? Sarah Rose. Oh yeah, we have a lot to get done here in Calgary. Tomorrow, I wanted to do a live stream yesterday from the garage, but the Wi-Fi just wasn't cutting it. So tomorrow, I'm gonna try and line something up so we can do a garage, like a live stream from the garage, and a huge unboxing. I have a bunch of stuff to unbox that we haven't unboxed yet since we've been back in Alberta, and I've been saving that for a live stream with all of you guys, so we can kind of unbox it all together and see what's been waiting for us in Alberta since we've been gone, you know. I think you guys are going to be pretty excited with a few of the things that came in. And a few of the things that came in actually came in from a few of you, also from my wish list, so thank you very much. One of them I know has been there for a very long time. Hi Bruce, I have made it to 500 plus subscribers. I need my watch hours. It's hard. It definitely is. My suggestion R&B roaming is always longer videos. I know sometimes it's harder for to create a longer video, or for people to, you know, the attention span or whatnot. But for me, I find the longer videos definitely help with the watch hours for sure. 2 in 1 day, epic. Heck yeah. Hey, it's okay, Sarah. I'm actually reading you guys on my dad's phone right now. My iPad is actually back at the garage, and that's normally what I see the comments on. For some reason, I can't see any of the comments on the live stream from my laptop. Maybe it's an age thing. I have no idea. Not much lately. Life has gotten in the way, but good for a drive today. Nice. Good to hear, Mark. Sometimes we just need a good drive to clear our minds, for sure. Is the winding your belt? It could be my belt, Ben. It could be. It could be the power steering pump dry. Could be a number of things. Could be a number of things. Donna's road trips is in the house. Happy Easter, Donna. Speaking of belt winds, Ben, like I mentioned, when I looked under the hood the other day, I noticed that my lower radiator hose is like one belt scrape away from possibly being cut. So yeah, we're gonna be showing all that in the video to come. Just kind of looking over what all of this van needs to get up to snuff. You know, Chevy holds it down for me every time I go to do something, and this one just did the same for me. You know, like there's not too many people who will just get like a $1,800 van and hop in it and live in it, regardless of a broken transmission or whatnot, and just send it. Like, what did we do? What is it? Like 3,000 kilometers from Alberta to Vancouver Island. We did that twice last summer, and then spent the winter there. So yeah, it's a lot of kilometers for something that we basically just jumped in and drove. You know, pretty wild. Most people do that and drive it from one spot back to their house. Not too many people out there doing that and living in it. But we made it happen. You know, we definitely made it happen. The old girl made it back, and now it's time to treat her with some love. We already have a set of brake pads and brake rotors ready to go on the van. I'm not going to install them right now, or at least I'm trying to hold off right now on installing them. I haven't even dug into the van yet to see what it needs. I'm just going off of a guesstimation. When I do dig into it, I'll see exactly what parts I need, but I'm assuming, and I would like to get ball joints, maybe some sway bar links or bushings or something like that. Just little things to kind of prepare for what I'm about to see, because I know I'm about to see some brutal stuff when I dig into it with this van. I can already just see stuff. that is going to need some maintenance. So we're definitely going to be digging into that. You're going to be a real life example of how heaters can spew radiator fluid inside. Yeah, and my heater core has been kind of leaking, I think, but I think that's been leaking since I bought the van. I'm just refusing to look at it. When I pull my desk out in the next renovations we'll do with my van, I will be looking at that heater core to see if it's actually leaking or not, and if it is, we'll address that then. But yeah, sounds like power steering. I think of it as a supercharger wind, you know, but whichever you want to look at it as. I pretend it's a supercharger. That's what I do. And then you just don't think about the power steering wind. Whatever that audio squeal is driving me nuts. Yep, that's van life in an older van. That's what happens. Maybe someday, Bonnie. Though Arizona sounds nice in the winter too. Hell yeah, Ben. I'm really hoping we could do Arizona or somewhere down south next winter. We'll see how everything goes. Would you go back to the island again? Would you go back to the island next winter? I'm really hoping not to be honest with you. I am going to be talking about it in a video to come. But just personal preference and weighing out the difference between staying in Alberta and dealing with the cold, or driving all the way to Vancouver Island to just kind of sit around and have my heater going anyway. I've done it, and now I can say I've done it, and to me, it personally just doesn't really make that much sense. I hate the cold as much as the next person, don't get me wrong. Anything I could do to avoid the cold, I'm going to. But realistically, in Vancouver Island, you still run your heater. Everything is more expensive, so really you spend a lot more money just to go there for a little temperature difference. So next year I don't think I will be going to the island, to be honest with you. I'm hoping to head south if possible, like I've wanted to do for years. Hopefully head towards somewhere actually warm, you know? I don't just want to see palm trees, I want to feel palm tree weather, you know what I'm saying? Kayla, how you doing, Kayla? Marco, next winter go south. Heck yeah, man. If it's possible, you know I'm going to. Vanlife Plus said Walmart kicked everyone out. You have to go park in Calgary, or you have to have a place to park in Calgary. No, we just keep moving. You know, it's when you accumulate a bunch of vehicles and they just sit around and all of that stuff. That's how Walmarts get shut down. I always urge people in Deerfoot City to always move around, and you know, for years it's still been open. Sure, every now and then everyone gets the boot from there, but most times it's the people that sit around and have vehicles just kind of. It's not a personal parking lot, you know. it's everyone's public parking lot. So yeah, I heard that as well, but it wasn't shocking. It is getting harder and harder to find places to park. I will say that though. Just on our trip alone, going there and coming back from BC to Alberta, we've seen places just in that span of time get closed down because of trash and just, you know, yeah, it's a lot. I said same thing when he complained. He literally has, yeah, exactly, you know. Like, even at Deerfoot City, like, all the time that we spent there, like, the years that I've spent there, every morning we would wake up, move from the street to the parking lot, hang out in the parking lot in different points of it throughout the day, pull back on the street at night. Always keep moving, even if it's a little bit, you know? Like, most times my white van really shouldn't have moved, but I did because I knew it's what you're supposed to do in order to keep going. Did you go back to Deerfoot City? Are your old friends still there? Absolutely, absolutely. They're still kicking it. There's definitely a lot of them still there. A few of them have definitely taken off and ventured off on their own adventures. But there's definitely a bunch of them still around. And I think they will be for a long time still. Happy Easter, Paul. How you doing, brother? I hope you're having a great weekend. But yeah, that's just what it is in van life, you know, and we just have to keep moving, especially in a city. In a city, you have eyes on you all the time. If you can sit somewhere for 2 days, consider yourself lucky for the most part, you know. If you look to improve your rear suspension, your tri-hell wing spring helpers did wonders for my GM. Nice, nice. I am looking to improve my suspension, but not in the way that most would do for their camper van. I'm looking to improve my suspension in ways, in other ways, in racing ways. I'll say that. One of the things I have planned for the rear of my vehicle is a full rear differential swap to calipers. Personal preference. There's no difference between drums or calipers. I just like them better. So before I do anything with the rear differential, I'll be completely swapping it out for another one, and then we can go through with like you know, messing with the leaf springs and the bushings and the shocks and all of that in the rear. My main goal for right now is to try and get the front all buttoned up and good to go, and then I can deal with the back of it. Hello everyone, be a glitch in the matrix. Nice. How you doing? It would be nice to see the turtle bus again. That's one I haven't seen around actually. I'm not sure if he's actually in Calgary. I'm probably gonna give him a message here soon and see where he's to. Well, we did meet up with Van Maruth. We met up with Mr. Blur. We met up with Crystal in the Jeep. Lauren P. We met up with the Van Nut. Yeah, a number of people who stopped by. Aaron the DJ stopped by. We stayed a couple nights over around Deerfoot City since we've been back, and yeah, it was nice catching up with everybody. We still will jump and bounce around over to there, but we, if possible, we won't stay there all the time. Right now, we're even up in the industrial area, up near the Pick and Pull, I believe. So yeah, I do hotshot and sleep in my truck at night every week between Calgary and Chicago. Hope to run into you some night at Walmart in Airdrie for a night. Be safe. Nice, that's cool. Walmart in Airdrie. Okay, that'd be really cool. If you see my van around, definitely come up, say hi. You know, Calgary and Chicago. That'd be a cool trip, actually. Turtles are awesome. We're doing all right. You know, we're doing all right. Trying to relax, but you know, I think the chillier weather is kind of helping us, or forcing us to relax a little more than we want to. I think if we had the weather working with us right now, we would be busy as beavers, but it's a little chilly. Although I have been doing a bunch of diesel heater experiments since I've been back in the garage. And did you know you can run a diesel heater on gasoline? You'll see that in an upcoming video. Turtle bus is sold. Chris is in Quebec. His mother needed help. She was not. Oh, sorry to hear that. Thanks for letting us know, Deborah. It sucks to hear that the turtle bus was sold. I hope he's doing okay, though. Dang. Back in Quebec, eh? What have you been doing lately to take that money to get your van? What is that? What have you been doing lately to make the money to get your van where you want it? Basically trying to put content together and little jobs here and there. For the most part, since we've been back, I've been focusing on trying to get the garage in order so that we can continue with projects and stuff like that. But we will be doing a bunch of temp agency work throughout the summer. You guys will probably see that in a bunch of videos to come. But yeah, you know, I do my temp agency thing when I'm back in the city, and I continue to do that again this year. You know, if all works out, maybe one day YouTube will help me be able to not need to do that anymore, and we can continue just, you know, adventuring. But gas is expensive, parts are expensive, and yeah. So yeah, we're gonna need to go back to work soon enough, for sure. Little jobs here and there are definitely nice, but every now and then a nice solid week of work can do wonders. Mind you, I can last a really long time on a little amount of money. Like, it's crazy. The only thing I really need is car parts. Superchargers and turbos and exhausts and tires and, you know, all that stuff. Priscilla, how you doing? Hi Bruce, happy Easter. Any recommendations on where one can get their van painted in Calgary? The rust just started to get to me. I'm from Edmonton, but willing to travel. I really don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not the best for recommendations on any kind of automotive work around any area, to be honest with you. I do so much of my own work all of the time. I never even talk to shops for the most part, um, unless it's just like in friendly conversation or whatnot. Um, but as for recommendations on work, I have no idea, to be honest with you. If I hear of something though, I will definitely let you know. If you do the sway bar bushings, do you do the sway bar link at the same time? Major improvement in handling, definitely. You should try to go to trade school and get certified as a mobile mechanic or something. Oh God, no, James. God, no, brother. Listen, the last thing I want to do is willingly work on everybody's pieces of crap. Okay, I have a hard enough time to work on my own pieces of crap. Um, I enjoy mechanics, and enjoying mechanics, I like to enjoy working on vehicles. I've worked at mechanic shops before, and uh, it takes the fun out of it when you're just working on rust bucket after rust bucket and bad brake job after bad brake job, and when you change their brakes and they come back and they're like, well, my windshield wipers are not working anymore. That gets to be a lot, man. Let's leave that to the trade mechanic guys that want to do that. I have no interest in it. If I was going to work at a mechanic shop of any sort, it would probably be a hot rod shop, somewhere that is looking to improve on vehicles, make more horsepower, and build hot rods. Other than that, I have no interest in working for a shop. But the rate shop comes around, you know I'm there. I need some help. I need some info to help with my van build. If anyone would like to make some money. Deborah, how about this? We can meet you down in Deerfoot City one of these days, probably the next few days, and we can even talk to you about what you might need for your van also. Um, just in friendly conversation. No money needed, We can just point you in the right direction. If information should be a lot cheaper than what it is. If anyone's curious, Turtle does post over on his Instagram. Oh yeah, right. Never on that much. James, good idea. Mobile mechanic. Mobile mechanic definitely is a great idea. But I've done my share of rolling around under the ground, changing transmissions for my own and for other people. If I do it now, it's willingly, and it's probably to help someone, not so much to gain any money. I watched this mobile mechanic on YouTube channel out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he is killing it. Yeah, there's definitely some guys out there killing it, man. I watched this guy who, I have no interest in rebuilding transmissions even, but I watched this guy, he's somewhere down in the States, and he rebuilds transmissions on a bench. Buddy, I'm telling you, he makes it look magical the way he does it. Like, there's definitely some great guys out there. I am a certified YouTube mechanic. Me too, brother. That's about as certified as I get. Zip tie certified. Vanlife with Brandon. How you doing, buddy? Oh, come on, Bruce. Tank Girl needs her shocks and struts replaced. She's not a rust bucket. Parts already ordered. You know what, Sarah? Even though yours is, you're definitely not rusty. Yours is a beautiful rig, but it's a little more modern than I normally work on. But something as simple as shocks and struts, I think we can handle for sure. Anything in the modern era of vehicles, I usually stay away from. Um, unless it's like a friend thing, then I'll attempt it. But I won't take on a job if it's out of my realm. If I don't understand, I'm not gonna be one of those mechanics that's gonna take on a job I don't understand and tell you I understand, and then halfway through it we go, oh no. I'm gonna be fully honest with you right from the beginning. If I don't know what I'm doing, if it's my first time doing it, if I think there's a chance it might mess up, I'm gonna be straight up and honest. And I believe more mechanics should be like that, because there's times when you get into things and it's like, oh, well, this is kind of what I mentioned earlier we might expect is the worst, or we might expect is the best, you know? Regardless, working on other people's vehicles can be sketchy. I'm available anytime it works for you. Awesome, awesome, Deborah. Doing good, that's where I am from. Nice. Although Mark definitely has some tricks up his sleeve. Half of the tricks I know about diesel heaters honestly came from that guy. I might come up to Alberta during the summer. Nice, Brenton. That'd be cool. It's good rainy day here, and for you, it's kind of overcast here and like cold winds. But other than that, it's not horrible here today. It's it is mandatory to have a catalytic converter, or you can run a can you run a straight pipe in Canada? I don't know. I don't ask. I just do. And if you have one, run it. If you don't, cool. Not too up on the regulations on that part. All I know is if I have one, cool. If I don't, oh well. Randy's in the house. How you doing, Randy? Edmonton is still on the chill side. Summer will be here soon. Heck yeah. Susan Turner. Last transmission I did was the I will do good luck. Just yeah, transmissions can be a lot. I'm not a fan of automatic transmissions because I don't understand them. Manual transmissions I understand a lot more because it's gear makes sense, you know. Automatic transmissions with all their check balls and fluids and hydraulicness and computers, I don't understand it. And they've never worked for me, honestly. Yes, close to Bruce 2.5 hours. Nice. Things not to admit on YouTube. I do that a lot, Ben. Cats are required in every country, state, area, etc. But they have to see and catch you not having one. Exactly. Maybe get your help with my diesel heater. I can give it a shot. I definitely can, Brandon. Those diesel heaters will remain a mystery forever to me, I think. But for the most part, I think we have figured out how to get them going. You know, even if it takes a little bit of quick start when the fuel pump starts clicking. Just a little tip there. Sammy Sunshine, how you doing, Sammy? I hope you had a wonderful Easter weekend. Yeah, Deerfield City on Tuesday. Have some shopping to do. Walmart. Nice. Okay, Deborah. I will screenshot that right here, and then I will try to get down there for 4 p.m. on Tuesday. Sweet. I'm actually excited to see your van, Deborah. I was super excited to see when you got it, and then after living in it for a while, it's gonna be cool to see what you've done with it. All good. Just got done cleaning the trailer house. Nice, Randy. Nice. Don't need a catalytic converter on my diesel. Nice. Bruce don't need cat on his van either. Heck yeah. Who needs that? That's just restriction. You know, we need all the flow. Can't have a hot rod vehicle with a catalytic converter. Woo, coffee. I forgot I had it. Yeah, like I say, I don't know for catalytic converters. Some places, I'm sure, like James said there, it differs kind of all over. I'm sure that in most places it's required, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, sometimes they just fall off in intersections and you have to drive away without them. That's all I'm saying. Loud pipes saved lives. They definitely do, Brett. And honestly, I've avoided a number of collisions from people coming into me just from having a louder vehicle. They hear you, they know you're there. If you're a super quiet vehicle, it's so easy to not know you're there. But if they hear blah 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 blah, you make your presence known. So I either use my exhaust or my speakers. Either way, you gonna know I'm around. Shorty headers and dual exhaust. Heck yeah, Randy. And a little supercharger on top, we make her wind. In the States, cats get stolen. Yeah, here too, James. Catalytic converters get stolen all the time, man. That's why I've never worried about having one or not having one, because if I don't have one, nothing they can steal. I've been living in it, but the build stopped through the winter, and I put my black out I put my back out doing better now. That's good to hear, Deborah. Yeah, winter could be a lot. Trying to survive winter in Alberta and build a van is absolutely brutal. Um, but I'm glad to hear you're doing better. I ran my GMC for a year and a half, straight pipe in the middle of a gutted cat. That's how mine was, Rob. That's exactly how mine was before it fell off. It was totally gutted inside, just a straight pipe. They had like, I don't know, tack welded the thing back together. It was horrible, but that's also why it was so drony. My van, it always had that weird kind of sound to it. And that's why, because all of the exhaust was basically escaping through every crevice in the catalytic converter's horrible weld job. So, yep, now we don't have to worry about that. I have a 4-inch straight pipe on my 7.3 diesel. Nice. I've got a 3-inch on my 305 small block Chevy. Say James, truth, Casey. My exhaust cracked right before the muffler, and it drove me crazy. Yeah, it could be a lot sometimes. We don't need to do, we don't, we don't do emissions test here except for in Ontario. Cats are not required here. Bam. I'm getting old. I don't have a catalytic converter to steal either. See, Deborah, you're ahead of the game on that one. Although I have heard of people at like truck stop gas stations and stuff having like their whole core support and like radiator stolen from their vans. A feller I met living in an Astro van, he woke up to a guy literally sawzawing his core support off and is like trying to pry his hood open to get at the radiator or something. Pretty wild. What are you planning to do with your ceiling, Bruce? Right now, I have so the ceiling that was in my dad's van, for on the very top of his high top there. I think I might put that in place on my roof for now, just as a temporary thing, um, and then we'll get back to that eventually. My main goal for right now is to focus on the drivetrain of the van and get it all running great. Bunch of new parts on it, even parts that like may look kind of worn. I just want to, if I can, replace it all, put it all to new. That way I don't have to worry about any of it. You know, my goal with this van was to buy it and drive it and create memories with it. Now that we've got the memories created with it, and it feels like a home, it feels like my home. Now we can really start polishing this thing and making it look like the van I know it can be for sure. What's the next van project, Bruce? My next van project on my van is probably gonna. The first thing I'm gonna have to probably tackle is the mechanical maintenance on this van, like front suspension, any of that stuff that it's going to need. Stuff like exhaust system is going to take a little longer because we have something special planned for that. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but overall it's just bringing the van back up to snuff with its maintenance and stuff like that. The biggest project we have going on right now is my dad's van. When we got back from our trip, we relaxed for a few days and then went straight into gutting my dad's entire van out. So my dad's Chevy van, or GMC van, is completely gutted on the inside. We made him a makeshift bed. That's what he has in there right now. And through the next week or so, we are slowly going to be putting it back together the way that he wants. After living in it for the time that he has lived in it, he knows now what he wants and where he wants stuff and what he doesn't want. And we're also going to be gifting him with a few things that were in my van, just to make his life a little more convenient, and comfy. So, yeah, the next big project is going to be on my dad's van, actually. So, yeah, stay tuned for all of that. What's your attainable dream car, Bruce? Obtainable dream, and nothing is obtainable these days, honestly, in my mind anyway. But like, I don't know, like a 70. It's hard to see. Like, I don't know, obtainable. Maybe like a Chevy Impala wagon or something. Like the old school one. Something like that. That's a good question. There's so many great cars that you could pick from, honestly. But finding one that's obtainable is a little tricky. I've been looking for my entire life for something. Chevy Monza, Chevy Vega, even those are all taken up right now. Unless you want a Fox body. Paul, when you get a mailbox set up, let me know. I still have something to send you. Paul, if you like, you can email me and I will send you the Calgary address. And same as anybody who's curious or wants to send me anything at all, me, Dad, Ben, Mr. Blur, any of us, just reach out to me in the emails and we will get back to you with an address. Please, if possible, send a description of what it is, because a lot of the times I don't like to take things from people that I won't use in my day-to-day life, or if I don't have use for it, most times I will just try and politely decline it. I have a lot of times in the past. I'm actually probably known as one of the harder guys to give stuff to, but it is what it is. Just out of respect. If I can't use it, I will try and politely decline it. But if we can use it, we will absolutely take you up on the offer for sure. Where's your Easter bunny? No Easter bunny around here. We have the Ether bunny. A little bit of quick start fumes. Where's my quick start? Oh, it's in the garage. Everything's in the garage. Even my van right now is basically completely emptied out. I have a couple like living things in here, like clothes and stuff, but for the most part my van is completely gutted too. Coke washed ashore on a Galveston beach today. A whole brick. I thought you were talking about Coca-Cola. And I was like, what? That's crazy. Kim, nice find. Instantly buys a set of rims. That'd be the day I'd go for a supercharger, buddy. Wee-wee. I would try fabric on the ceiling. I've also thought about that as well, honestly. That's why I've kind of held off on doing anything with it, because I have a bunch of ideas, but I want the paint scheme on the outside and the inside to somewhat match. So I'm slowly kind of just picking out what I want. Even this wallpaper, this is all going to come down. This was all just temporary. Even this, I have a new design for this kind of piece I built on here. We are going to be revamping that, and also my desk. So we are not done on the interior of my van yet, but it's getting there. Everyone was saying it was an adult Easter egg hunt. Skipper! Smoke you dispute. Smoke muted. Nice. Rob, I like that idea of wrapper ground ceiling on my OG chrome style. Heck yeah. I put a 4x sheet of beadboard on my ceiling for $30 and it improved my mood so much. Just made my van feel more homey, if that makes sense. Absolutely, James. You know, this has kind of been bothering me too in that way as well. But a perfect example of me feeling that way also is when I had my white van. I had a ceiling up, walls painted, cabinets built, bed, everything. Still didn't feel like home. Still didn't feel like home. And then one day somebody sent me a set of string lights from my Amazon wish list. And I set up the string lights in my van. And dude, just turning on those lights just like this totally changed the feel of my van, and it made it feel like a home. It's weird how just those little things can do that for us, you know. But it's kind of like that with you know, when your vehicle's cluttered or your house is cluttered, that can also clutter your mind as well. So yeah, I definitely know how you feel about that. Bruce's mailbox is on the front of the van. Yeah, man. You all need to just catch up and find the mailbox on the front of the van. You're right, take care of your pops first. Always, Rob, always. I need him to be comfortable before I can even think about being comfortable, so. Bruce definitely will not accept veggies. Yeah, no veggies. I have a 1965 Nova wagon, small block supercharged. Damn! That's a beast, buddy. That's, oof. That's beautiful, Rob. That is nice. If you ever want to get rid of that supercharger or that small block, you can let me know. Oh, hell, even the wagon. I'll trade you right across the board. I didn't find it. Do you have the lights for your roof rack? Do you have the lights for your roof at Chrome that Chrome gave you? Do you have the black roof background with the graffiti? So I do have those Optigon lights. Currently they are in the garage. I will show you guys that on tomorrow's live stream. Looks really cool. But yeah, we definitely still have those lights, and I would love to do some sort of graffiti on my ceiling, right? Either inside or outside. I think that would just be super cool. So if anybody does decent graffiti around Calgary, feel free to hit me up. Maybe we could do something. I think that would be really cool to have some art on my van. Not on the side so much. I want it to be a clean street machine, you know. But on the roof, fair game. Ain't nobody sees that roof except for me and the people flying above with drones. And I think having a really lit up, colorful roof would be a surprise for people that like kind of see it from above. Impala wagon would be cool. I'd love to get a 68 Firebird one day myself. Ooh, 68 Firebird, heck yeah. Ironic that Easter is on 420. I know, we noticed that. Hey, James. OnlyVans. Heck yeah, Brandon Vanlife with Brandon. Hey, man, gas is getting expensive, you know. OnlyVans is looking more and more. That's all I'm saying. You could even have slogans like "My parts for car parts." James, I know. Nice, Kim. That's awesome. Van Moose, happy Easter. How are you doing? Nice, James. Nice. Hi, Karen. How you doing? Happy Easter. Hey, well, happy birthday to your dad, Kimber. They are so bright. Yeah, they are definitely bright, Salmon. Way too bright for my van. At first, it was really cool, but then it's the biggest thing I found for me was that they are not DC. They're AC, like a house plug, and they pull a crazy amount of power. That's why they're in the garage and not in my van right now. But regardless, they're definitely being put to use. That's crazy, kid. 1980s Monte Carlo Grand National. Now that's a nice car, Brandon. I had an 84 Cutlass Supreme, two of them actually, and then an 84 Delta 88, and those were probably like one of my most loved cars for sure. Strangely enough, the four-door Delta 88 won me over a lot more than the Cutlass, just because I think I drove it more so daily. Don't have the. I definitely will, Paul. I definitely will. Thank you. I need to get my passport and visit Canada this summer. That would be cool, James. I have my passport now, and I've been itching to head down south. So hopefully, by the end of the summer, and everything clears up with everything going on there, maybe we can head down that way. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm not one to let something like a lot of the politics baloney that's going on right now stop me. That won't even faze me. If I'm ready to go and I can, we're going. Or a lame house sliver. Oh, James, that's great. Nice, Van Moose. That's pretty exciting. Buying a property sight unseen. That's wild. I had three 1968 Camaros a few years back. Nice, Rob. Of course, I came in the OnlyFans comment. Hey, man, superchargers be expensive nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Plan on getting a van summer 2026. Financial reasons I have to wait. Nice. That's cool, Kim. Hopefully you can make that happen. Van summer 2026. Heck yeah. Or the Monte Carlo from the. Oh yeah, that's a nice one too. One had a 3D3 stroker with a power glide, ran 11s in the quarter mile. Nice. Yeah, my Cutlass Supreme had a 3D3 stroker as well. I built it while I was working at the engine shop that I was working at the time. I think it took me one whole year of like dumping paycheck after paycheck after paycheck into that engine. But eventually, I made it happen. It's pretty cool. Seeing it there all wrapped up and pretty, just waiting for me, oof, that was a good day. So, see you in Idaho in 4 years. Hey, hopefully, maybe this year. I think we should all do a winter in Quartzsite, Arizona. That would be really cool. I'm heading to Arizona at the end of the summer. Heck yeah. I would love to move to Canada. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's definitely beautiful up here. There's a lot of trees. And some sort of vehicle and rent. Then rent got too expensive and it thankfully forced me into a car. And then a van. I love it. Nice. Heck yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the case with a lot of people here now, James. I see it, just being on the road all the time, sleeping in random parking lots here and there. You'd be surprised. Like, there's people in cars all over the place that you wouldn't expect. Guys in BMWs, guys in Mercedes. Uh, you know, like, a Lexus was pulled next to us the other night just sleeping, and you wouldn't expect it, only for you get to see them. James, I'm a retired veteran, and I look to travel and I want to travel in 51. Nice. Thanks be in Big Glitch. It was street legal, and I got 17 miles per gallon. Heck yeah. Nice. Hey Bruce, does your father need anything for his van? How is he doing? He's definitely going to need a number of things for his van, whether he wants to admit it or not. We're going to be going over that in a video to come, and possibly even tomorrow on the live stream. But Dad is going to need a power steering pump and some lines, I believe. We're not sure if the lines are leaking or the power steering pumps, but whatever. We're just going to replace it all. It's definitely going to need a carburetor tune-up, a good cleaning, and a full assessment for sure. But we will definitely dig into all of that and see exactly what he needs. I'm subtly trying to just get it out of him what would make him more comfortable in his van. So far I've got a fridge and an oven. Now I've got the fridge covered. We need to find him an oven. Be cool seeing him make bread in his home. That's all I'm saying. Do it, James. I am a retired veteran of the U.S. Army. Nice, James. Brendan, yes, was in the military. Nice. Trying to figure out how to go kart camping in a 2014 Toyota Highlander with an 80-pound German Shepherd. Well, here's some motivation for you, Kimber. At one time, I lived in a Chevy Trailblazer with me, my girlfriend, her cat, and my 100-pound pit bull lab. And the cat didn't like the dog, and the dog didn't like the cat. So, it's possible. With one animal, both of you guys getting along, I think it would be pretty fun, actually. Definitely check it out, you know, even if it's just a little night camping in a random parking lot here or there, go try it out, you know, it could definitely be fun. I just came back to the other it's been really nice. There's a lot of people sleeping in nice vehicles next to crappy vehicles, absolutely. And I feel like in that sense, like, when we all live in vehicles on the road like we do, it kind of, I know some people try and feel like they're above others, but realistically, we all sleep in the same parking lot. You know, when I see a Mercedes Sprinter parked next to my old rusted thing, I'm like, yeah, we're doing the exact same thing. Regardless on how much it costed us to get here, we're doing the exact same thing, you know. And this is, I like that, you know. If you're going to live in a vehicle, might as well travel to where the weather is best for your style. Absolutely. I wish I could, James. Man, I'll tell you what. I'd be down in like Florida or Texas or something where it never ever snows. You know, and if it does, it's like a rarity. have you seen those propane burner 2-burner stove ovens? I think I would be awesome for your dad. Absolutely, Sarah. I actually have one on my wish list for like 3 years now that I've been meaning to try and get, but something just always comes up in front of it. I still had planned to put one in my van, but the way my van's kind of going, I'm not sure if that's going to be still a plan. But I think Dad's van would be a perfect candidate for a little 2-burner stove oven. You know, yeah, that would be really cool. I've showed him the ovens before, and he was all like, "Ooh," and I usually just leave it at that. You know, I'm like, "Oh yeah, he likes it. Okay, okay." Gives me something to look forward to trying to get him in the future. You know what I mean? He's not a guy who wants for many things. He's like myself in that sense. You know, we need very minimal things to stay happy. So trying to find something for him can be tricky. But yeah, I think one of those would definitely be cool for him. Lots of RV records around to get an oven like you give. Yeah, absolutely. I think that one might be a bit big for my dad's van. For Chris's van, was perfect. For my van, it was okay, but it was still a lot of space. And I think 2 burners would be just about all he needs. An oven just big enough to put a loaf of bread in, you know? Bruce, hope all well. Thank you, Chris V. How you doing, brother? Happy Easter. Ben, what do you... Hi, Ben, what do you need? Oh, yeah, my dad needs a DC to DC charger. Good catch, Ben. Good catch. I've been saying this literally all week, and the second somebody asks me, I forget. Yeah, he needs a DC to DC charger bad. Right now, he has solar charging him, or when we plug him into somewhere, he can charge. But yeah, DC to DC charger. Good catch, Ben. Thank you for that. Where's the Travis Hunter? How you doing, Travis? What's up? We're doing all right. I hope you're having a great Easter weekend. I missed the first part of the live stream. Are you planning on working on the Mopar? We sure need. I've got so much going on, Karen. I'm gonna try to get over there if possible. But right now, I haven't even done the brakes on my van yet. So far behind on everything. Uh, I tried to come back and take a break and just relax for a moment. That turned into ripping Dad's entire van out and basically prepping the entire garage for the summer. So yeah, I've got still a lot to do, but I will be in touch with you as soon as I can come over there and work on that Mopar for you. Jump, chat jumped on me. Oh, Vangal is in the house. How you doing, oh Vangal? Are you still live? Nice. Yep, we're still here. What happened to your old oven, Bruce? I gave my old oven to Turtle Van. And then I think he actually gave it to somebody else at one point, and they got another one. Not exactly sure overall what happened to that thing, but I know that I gave it to Chris, and then from there it probably went on to a number of other people. Hopefully maybe it's still working. You never know. you got a workshop on an acreage in AZ. I'm good for now. How are you? Yeah, if you've got an acreage for sure with a workshop, we're there. I've actually been looking at shops all around the area for pretty much since I've been on the island. Hanging at that Chrome shop really got me thinking. My friend Austin does allow me to use his garage for the little stuff that we need to do. But to have a garage big enough where we can pull a van in and work on stuff in the winter, even if possible, would be insane. So, dream goals, but maybe one day we could have a shop of our own. Call it like the Vanlife Speed Shop or something. So what you're saying, Bruce, is no matter the situation, every vanilla vehicle dweller will even poop in a bag. Abso-frickin-lutely. You can get as fancy as a toilet as you want. You can pay $6,000 for a toilet. Realistically, it's the same bucket as I'm pooing. Texas is hot as hell here for many months of the year. That's what I look forward to. Canada does not get warm enough for me. Even in the hottest points of the hottest parts of Canada, I'm still not overheated. It's just getting there. And that's very brief moments of the summers. I look forward to going down south in the summer and actually feeling some heat for once, and actually get a suntan. That would be cool. Oliver, BC is like that. Van Moose, exactly. Heck yeah. I love Texas and Miss Riri, but it's too dang hot. That's what I hear about Texas. It's too hot. I'd be interested to check that out. Because I love the heat. Most times, my van is plus 35, plus 40 degrees. Okay? I love the heat. Anytime it's 10 degrees outside, buddy, I'm putting on a hoodie and a jacket and some long johns, everything. I live close to Houston. Toaster oven. A toaster oven is okay, but a toaster oven takes so much bloody power. It really isn't worth it for any situation in van life. The ovens are run on propane, which makes them a lot more efficient for van life. anything like even induction cooktops, I would never put an induction cooktop in my vehicle, or like a microwave or anything like that. They just pull way too much power for what they do. Um, let me get more. Now, northern Texas getting snow, dust storms, tornadoes, and all. That'd be cool to actually, see it. I mean, they're pretty tragic and everything, like tornadoes and stuff, but I always wanted to like really see a tornado storm. I'll take a tornado over a snowstorm any day. Just saying, personal preference. I have a 1989 G20 with a lot of new parts that I am parting out. I am in Grand Prairie. Nice. Chat just jumped. Sarah's note, waiting on a fuel line from Germany. It should be. You're waiting on a fuel line from Germany? That is wild. Hopefully get my van back Monday night and on the road Tuesday. Bruce, your dad needs an Amazon wish list. I told him that, Kim, but he refuses to open an Amazon. I mean, I would have to open it for him, but he would refuse to tell me anything that he likes. So there's things on my wish list that are linked in the description of every one of my videos. A few of them are for him. As you can see, there's a dog bed on there. I don't have a dog. That's for Petey. So there's a few things on my Amazon wish list that probably are, or should be, obviously not for me, and probably for my dad. So yeah. I have tried the multiple wish lists before. Like I had a wish list for my van, a wish list for me, and it's just, it's too many links, it's too much going on. So I just put it all down to one wish list, and that's where she is. Mainly the wish list is for me to get stuff for me in the future, but a few of you have always asked about it ever since the beginning of it. And you guys are actually the main reason why I even have a wish list, is because so many people were actually asking about that. So thanks to all of you guys, we have a public wish list. So if you guys have any interest in checking it out, go check it out. You might even see something on there, even if you're not looking to send me something. Maybe you see something on there that you're like, hey, I didn't even know that existed, or I've always been looking for something like that. Feel free to check it out. Bareback German Shepherd needs to go outside. I know, I seen Dad and Petey actually walking around out here a few moments ago. Dogs always need to be walking. Yes, last time we heard she was stuck in quartzite. That's right, Ben. If your dad has the proper wattage, did you think about a hot air oven? A hot air oven. I have a 1600 kilowatt. I have a 1600 watt, and I haven't used anything else. Has rotisserie used it? 1600 watts is a crazy amount of power. I have a 700 watt inverter that runs my Starlink, my laptop, all of my devices, and like I can run a jigsaw on that still. 1600 watts is a lot of power. You can weld with 1600 watts, just for example. So I don't think I would ever do a hot air oven in Dad's van. I would probably stick with something simple like propane. Oh, never mind. Evangel's here. I use a 900 watt air fryer. It's a game changer. 900 watts is not horrible. How long does it take to cook stuff, though? That is my question. Because if you're pulling 900 watts consistently for like 20 minutes, that's wild, That's pretty wild. That's a lot of power. I'm good, Ben. No Arizona property, but I got Bridlewood property. That's the same, isn't it? No, definitely not. There is winter in Bridlewood. Air fryers rock, best wings ever. Nice. I don't think I've ever seen one or used one, to be honest with you. Fingers crossed for Tuesday to get back on the road for Ovanga. Heck yeah. Hopefully Ovangale can get moving again. That's wild that she had to wait. She had to order all the way from Germany for a fuel line. That is crazy. You got a nice yard. But that's not that. What that's right. Yeah, can you imagine like 6 vans rolling up to that neighborhood? 112 degrees Fahrenheit, your van will die. 110 degrees Fahrenheit, you will die. 110 degrees. That's only 45 degrees. I can sleep in 100. What is that? What did she say? 112 degrees Fahrenheit, you will die. I would sleep so happily in that amount of temperature, you have no idea. I would be at peak performance. I'd be so happy all the time. Oh, you kidding me? Listen, I may have been born in Canada and raised here, but no part of me wants to be in this weather. I think they're all crazy. We should all be down there in the warmth. Come on. I was born in the wrong part of the world, that's all I'm saying. 100 Sammy, only thing, so I'll give you the more details about my van. Nice. I am running, knock on wood. I hope Tuesday goes well for you. Heck yeah. Our prayers go to you, Ovangale. Let's hope that this thing gets moving. It's kayak season. For some, you won't catch me in a kayak. Deborah, I'm not warm until it's plus 30. Right, Deborah? That's how I feel too. 30 degrees, nah. I could take off my hoodie for 30 degrees. That's 45. Yeah, that's nice. 45 degrees is nice. I don't know what you think you're talking about. I'd be so happy. I love the heat as well. Heck yeah. I hate the cold. Dude, no. What's up, brother? Long time no talk. The three amigos are doing it. Heck yeah. Nice. Yeah, we're still hanging in there. Even a small one. What did somebody say back here? Sammy. Even a toaster oven. Oh, even a small toaster oven? Yeah. I'm sure you can get some that pull, smaller amounts of power, but anything that pulls power to heat something up, I've never been a fan of, just because it takes so much to convert it. It's ridiculous. And in my mind, just totally not worth it when you can run propane for like 30 seconds, take no power, and still do exactly the same thing, kind of thing. So that's why I just kind of prefer that in that sense. Bruce, the most I have used the 900 watt air fryer for is 20 minutes usually. It's 5 to 10. It is not 900 watts continuous. It keeps on and off depending on temp. Yeah, so even 20 minutes. I have a 300 amp hour battery, and 900 watts consistently. That's a pretty big pull even on that. So if someone's riding around with like a 100 amp hour battery, 900 watts consistently for 20 minutes, that's a lot. Like, if you're getting like 5 back in while you're pulling that out, maybe, but I just can't justify pulling that amount of power unless it's for speakers. Then we could pull 2,000 watts for speakers. Sue Bishop, how you doing, Sue? 45 degrees, 113 degrees. Not in Texas. You wouldn't. It's brutal. I love hot weather. I hope to check that out one day, Kimber, honestly. I would love to go to a spot where it was too hot for me, because I've never been to a spot where it was too hot for me. We have a garage heater. We can last even on the hottest day for you. Maybe we can get you here. Can we park 6 vans in front of your house, Karen? I'm late to the party, but what is that sound I'm hearing in the back? So that is my van idling for power. We need it to charge. I think 20 degrees is the perfect temperature. 20 degrees. I'm putting a hoodie on, Sarah. 45 degrees in Texas feels twice as hot because of humidity. People die in the Thames when the power goes out. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. I hope, like I said, hopefully I'll get to experience that one day. That would be super cool. Because people say that about Vancouver as well, and I haven't felt that at all. I moved to Wisconsin to warm Arizona. No regrets. Nice. Bruce, I was born in Saskatchewan, colder than here in Edmonton. I hate the cold. I was born in the wrong place as well, right? I wish we were just like, come on. This is baloney. It's his inverter to charge his phone. Absolutely. Charging everything. Laptop, phone. I'm using my dad's phone so I can even read you guys' comments. Yeah, I got everything on charge right now. Mr. Blur is here. And last. $30 degrees is 80. Well, 30 degrees is 80. 30 Celsius is 80 degrees. But in Texas, that would be 90 Fahrenheit due to the humidity. Yeah, still sounds inviting to me. I gotta be honest. Bruce, I don't know if you recall, but I showed you that fold-up Coleman propane oven that sits outside. Perfect for bread. Maybe run it by Dad and put it on the wish list. Yeah, I definitely will. Sammy. See the propane. That's the one that sits on top of the normal two-burner stoves, isn't it, Sammy? I believe that's the one. I think we're talking about the same one. Those ones are really cool too. If that's the one. I have a 200 amp hour battery and I have an air fryer, barely touches it, especially during the day. With 350 watts of solar, it's not continuous 900 watts. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's definitely an option for sure. Like I say, a lot of people even use induction cooktops and stuff like that. Me, I can't personally go that way. No, Mr. Blur can't come. Hey, the whole crew. I travel with an entourage, you know what I'm saying? We have a rolling town here. You need to go to Arizona in the summer. It's almost here and want to get out of here this week, I hope. Oh, that'd be super cool. Mr. Blur, I hope you are doing well. Hope you and the pups are doing well. Everything is good. Got a new mark on my van now. Oh yeah. Oh, somebody was driving my dad's van there the other day and just kind of kissed Mr. Blur's van. I don't know who it was. Some crazy guy with a liquid molly hat on, black hoodie. Never seen him before, never seen him after. We'll track him down one of these days though. Sorry, Mr. Blur. Yep, Chrome had one in his video a while back. Friend of his. Yeah, those are really cool. That just converts the normal propane burner stoves to an oven. I think that would be sweet. I'm actually, now that you mention that, Sammy, I'm actually going to try and do a size comparison just through the dimensions they have on Amazon and compare that one versus the two-burner one with the oven underneath it. And the only reason I'm suggesting or thinking about measuring for oven size is for loaf of bread wise, you know. I'm not sure if that, I don't know, that one that sits on top of the propane ovens are pretty big too. So I'll do some measurements up tonight and I'll bring it up to them and we'll see what happens with it. We will do a live stream tomorrow again as well, so I will check in with you guys all again then. But yeah. Rubbing is racing. Hell yeah. Game first or last. When you can't buy me, you can use electrical appliances. Heck yeah. There's a huge difference in price between the two ovens. Definitely is. There definitely is. I'll kick in some for that. It would make him so happy. It definitely would, Sammy. It really would. Yeah, like I say, I'll do up some measurements tonight, and we'll see what we can come up with, and I'll let you know tomorrow in tomorrow's live stream. What time is it now, anyway? 7, quarter after 7. That's what it is right here. Well, with that being said, I think I might end the live stream out here, you guys, and pick this back up again tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be trying to do a live stream from the garage, so you guys will see a few of the projects we've got going on. I will be showing you guys in real time the twin diesel heater setup we have set up in the garage. We actually ran a diesel heater on gasoline and then converted it back to diesel and then converted it back to gasoline on a video to show you guys the difference. So I'll show you guys a glimpse of that in tomorrow's live stream, and a bunch of other Easter eggs, you know, that'll come up in the videos to come. It seems like fitting for Easter, you know. Anyway, you guys, thank you all so much for joining along on this live stream. Thank you guys all so much for the love and support throughout the years. And if you are interested, feel free to go check out BruceVanlifeJr.com right after the live stream and get yourself some stickers. We will, or I think we will, we should be having, I think, the shirts ready to release this week, possibly. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, we'll talk more in tomorrow's live stream. Until then, remember, never give up on living life, because life truly is the most precious thing we have. See you guys all in the next one. Bye!